Hi guys, so this will just be a short video with my predictions and just news and answering a few questions from my last video. So we had Pedrosa, the fastest in the second free practice today, but there's really not a lot you can take away from the day as a whole, because the conditions, they weren't completely wet and they weren't completely dry, so it's hard because the conditions, especially for the tyres, the conditions are not so much one way, and that's just chewing the tyres up. So it's going to be an interesting race, especially if it stays like that, and it's going to be down to whoever conserves their tyres best. And I think we all know that's Lorenzo, but we'll see what happens. We had Valentino Rossi in second place. That was a great performance from him. Siderman, you asked me what I thought of that, and I think if anything, it's going to boost his confidence a lot, and that's exactly what he needed after round one at Qatar. When it comes down to race day, I think if it rains, if it's slightly wet, Rossi has a good crack at the podium, because the Ducatis, for whatever reason, they go well in the wet. People are still, I'm confused about why they go well in the wet and not well in the dry, but they do, so that's an advantage for them. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this could really boost Rossi's confidence. And for the rest of the season, things could be looking up for Ducati, but they do need to get their bike sorted for the dry conditions. We had Jorge Lorenzo in third place, and that's just standard what you'd expect from Lorenzo, right up there, and Stoner in fourth place, and Nicky Hayden rounding out the top five. So for pole position tomorrow, I'm going to go with Stoner, just because I think when it comes down to one lap, he's willing to risk the most. But like I say, it all depends on the conditions, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But I'll be quite happy to see a wet race, just to see who's willing to risk it, and I think there's going to be some great racing this weekend. I think if Rossi can get himself on the first two rows, he has a good crack at the podium, if not the win. I think that's a bit too, wow, look at that, unbelievable. But yeah, I think this weekend's going to be great. For the race, right now it will probably change after qualifying. I'm going to go with Stoner, Pedrosa and Rossi, but it all depends on the conditions. So as I say, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. The forecast seems to be changing from day to day. I checked it yesterday and it's different now today than what it was yesterday. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know, just give me your predictions. Thanks guys.